Hello and welcome to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Grand Arena Championships Season 36, Week 2, Round 3. My name is Boma Fett. I am 3-2 on the season, but I've got a very tough matchup today. Let's take a look at my opponent. Patb. Let's go to the Hotbot for a quick comparison. The Hotbot report shows a lot more green on my side than red on Patb's side, but that can be a little bit misleading, so let's zoom in and take a closer look. Now the GAC stats lean heavily in my favor, but I think that's because Patb is a much younger account than mine, and so of course their GAC stats aren't going to be as high. I have the advantage in overall GP by about 800,000. However, Patb has the higher GP in the top 80 where it really matters. The reason I think Patb's account is much younger than mine is because of the Zetas. I have 201 applied, Pat has 113. So I have nearly 100 more Zetas applied. That indicates I've been playing almost twice as long as Pat has. Or at least twice as long on this account, because there are some indications that this could be a second account for Patb, particularly in the efficient way that they have built their roster. Pat has 3 more Omicrons than I do, but several of them are non-GAC Omicrons. I have a small speed advantage in the Gear 11 and above, and a slightly larger speed advantage in the top 80, and usually that indicates that I have a lot more Gear 11 and 12 than my opponent, and sure enough, that's the case here. So in the Gear 11 and above, I have a lot more characters to spread my mods out to, so my Gear 11 and above ends up being not nearly as high as my top 80. The speed advantage is reflected here in the mod analysis, where I have more mods with high-speed secondaries, and I also have 100 more 6-stop mods. Now Pat has 24 more Gear 13 characters, and that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but in 3v3, that is 8 full squads worth of Gear 13s. That advantage is even greater when you look at the relic analysis. Total relic levels are 643 to 459, so nearly 200 more total relic levels. We each have 1 relic 9, that is AdRad for both of us. And as you know, more relic levels means more opportunities to apply Datacrons. However, it doesn't look like Patb is that into Datacrons. 1 level 9, 2 at the 6 to 8, and 4 at the 3 to 5 range. This 1 level 9 is for Jabba. And that is very significant because Patb does have Jabba. They only have 4 Galactic Legends, but Jabba is one of the 4. That's what I mean by building an efficient roster. Typically, Patb will set Jabba and Rey on defense in 3v3. And along with Rey, Pat can set Ben Solo, so that's going to make 2 very difficult to beat squads. That's how Pat has been winning most of their GACs lately. The only thing that sticks out here in the key characters is that Pat does not have Maul, but Pat does have the Profundity. In the other newer characters, neither one of us has Grand Inquisitor or Dr. Aphra, or the Scythe or Reva. Now we've both unlocked Zori Bliss, but she's unusable at this point. You will notice that Pat has not really done anything with Hondo or Sana Starros. This is what people who are hyper efficient do. They leave characters that they're not going to work on immediately at Gear 1. And so Pat has a lot of these really low gear characters on their roster. I used to do that when GP was more important for matchups. But now that they're not using GP for matchups, I have really bloated my roster. So I've got my Hondo at Gear 9, even though he's only 5 stars. I've got Sonos at Gear 10, even though she's only 3 stars. I've even put the Zeta on her, and I've used her on defense. My Boush Leia is Gear 11, even though she's only 5 stars. So I've got a lot of bloat on my roster, Gear 11 and below, characters that are barely usable, or not usable at all. And they have bloated my GP. So overall GP is not a good measure of a roster's strength. Just remember that. On the other hand, all of that bloat really helps my guild on the new TB. So let's go back to the game and take a look at the board. We've got just an hour and a half left in the attack phase, so let's go through my defense very quickly. I've got Mothma, Beskar Mando, Boba Fett, Phasma, and Traya in the top zone. In the bottom zone, I've got Malgus, Dash Rendar, CLS, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Maul. And in the back zone, I've set Adrad, Newt, Shock Clones, Fin Poe, and Savage Malik. Let's take a look at Pat's defense. In the top zone, we've got Dash Rendar, Adrad, Grievous, Mothma, and JTR. And in the bottom zone, we've got Jabba with his level 9 Datacron, EP Malik and Mara, Rey with Ben Solo, Malgus, and Qui-Gon. So both GLs that I was expecting. However, I wasn't sure they were both going to be in the same zone. So this is a very tough zone. Pat is obviously trying to make this a half-board game. So I'm going to start off against Jabba with Supreme Leader Kylo. And I'm going Kylo, Crew, and Hux. And the reason that I'm taking this lineup is that the Datacron on Jabba gives 15% turn meter on the level 3 and another 15% turn meter on the level 9. So that's a lot of turn meter gain. And of course, Hux can prevent turn meter gain if he has advantage. So I'm hoping that this nullifies a big part of that Datacron. And of course, SLKR prevents revives if he's the one that makes the kill or if the kill is made on his turn. So hopefully that can prevent Kersantin from reviving. I've never done SLKR against Jabba in 3v3 before, so my fingers are crossed. Okay, we'll poke Kersantin. We'll swap this back to SLKR. And swipe. I'm going to go all in on Boosh here. We'll give her a stun. Oh, can't stun her. We'll poke her. And my Hux is going to die. So much for that. Really have no idea what I'm doing here. Crew's got a whole bunch of thermals now. We'll swipe. Crew's just gonna blow up when he gets a turn. Alright, didn't do that much damage, that's good. Let's go ahead and poke her again. Okay, she's down. I guess we'll pop our ult. I have no idea if that's the right move or not. We'll poke. We'll swipe. We'll poke again. We'll swipe again. We'll poke again. Oh, Jabba dodged. Wow. Okay, that's because of the blind, I think, is the reason that he's dodging. There's a poke. Almost got him. We'll swipe again. I wonder if I should just pop my ult. There we go. 62. Now against Rey, the issue here is Ben Solo reviving, so I'm going to take Jedi Master Kenobi with Cat and Watt. Here's what I'm thinking. If I put the weapons tech on Commander Ahsoka and then I use her insta-kill to get rid of Ben Solo, he will not revive. Now, of course, Ben starts with insta-kill immunity for a couple of turns, so I'm going to have to wait a few turns before I do the insta-kill, but I feel like this is a way to get around that whole Ben Solo reviving thing. Okay, I think the blue is his insta-kill. Yeah, I have to wait for that blue one to disappear. Okay, Watt is gone, that's okay. Take a turn, Ben. Oh, her ultimate. Darn it. I'm going to put the damage immunity on her. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, do I pop my ultimate? Sure, let's go ahead and do that. Take another turn, Ben. Ooh, she just barely survived. What? I thought he was out of his insta-kill immunity. Darn it. I must not have been paying attention. I swear I saw that disappear. How long does that last? I thought it was 3 turns, and he had taken 3 turns. Or he can't be killed until Rey is... Oh. Alright, so I just totally messed that up. I needed Rey slightly lower, right? Okay. I just totally messed this up. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. It was a good idea. I just failed in the execution. It was my first time trying it. I just didn't quite get it right. I know some of you are screaming at the computer right now. If I do this here, I may not have enough offense to clear everything else. If I don't do this here, I definitely don't defeat Rey. We'll do this. Starting off with the whirlwind, huh? Okay, she's in damage immunity. Ray is down. Not Ray, Ben. Okay, we've got to get her back low. So I don't know who it was at CG who looked at Ray and said, here's the toughest 3v3 defensive team. Let's make her even more difficult to beat. Like, why would you do that? Okay, we lost Yoda. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is a fail. And Patb is attacking against Malgus. We'll take Starkiller. Maybe I should have taken Starkiller against Ray. That probably would have been the better tactic. Do this. Oh, dodges. That was probably because he was blind, right? Blind is the new big thing. It's their way of bringing back the dodge meta is by spreading blind everywhere. Oh, come on. Do I pull that down? Yeah, let's do that. That'll get rid of the sides, and then it'll just be Malgus. $55. I'm still kicking myself over that first Ray match. I think that would have worked if I would have just been paying more attention to Ray's health. Okay, against Qui-Gon, I was going to use Jedi Master Luke. Obviously, that's out. So we'll go Jedi Revan here. We swap this to Yoda. Do that, and then this. Goodbye, Qui-Gon. Okay, that was Savior. Goodbye, Anakin. Alright, that went very smoothly. 57. And against Palpatine, my plan here was Jedi Knight Luke. He's not available anymore. I'm going to go here with Bastila, Snips, and GK. Or should I do Padme, Snips, and GK? Let's go Padme, Snips, and GK. We've got the Revive Cron for Malik here, meaning we're going to have to defeat him twice. Okay, let's clean everybody up. Come on, Padme. Here we go. Protection up. Kick to the face. Okay, so if I have to two-shot this, there's no leadership. That will help a little at least. Oh. Be really nice to get rid of Mara. We'll go up here, and we'll go against Dash Rendar. I wanted to take General Skywalker here because he prevents revives. I'm going to put an armor shred. Good stun there on L3. Goodbye, Dash. Goodbye, Vandor. So this will be poor banners, but it should work. $54. Against Grievous, I'm going to take Wampa. 59. Against Mothma, I'm going to take Iden. This is an interesting comp with Pow. I'm going to go straight after Pow, see if we can get him down very quickly. And then I can focus on Kyle Katarn after that. Let's go ahead and taunt. Okay, let's terminate. Okay, you can't bring him back now. Go ahead and try Mothma. Can't bring him back. Now we can focus on Katarn. See if we can get a stun. Beautiful. I probably could have death marked there. Have to keep an eye on the turn meter. We'll do this. There we go. 57. Pat is cruising through my defense. Against Adrad, we're going to go Bounty Hunters. All right, they were fast. Okay, going to have to roar. Do this. Now we can go after her. Need to get back around to Jin. We're at 80%. Okay. We'll disintegrate him. Roar. Heal. She is unstunnable, I believe. Let's go ahead and disintegrate him. And 55. Against JTR. We'll go Wedge Han Chewie here, I guess. We'll shoot the little droid. We'll shoot her. Oh, the stun on Chewie is not nice. Okay, goodbye R2. Only a 53, yuck. So he's cleared both of my top zones and is working on the bottom. Let's see if we can do anything about Malik and Mara. Let's push back their turn meter. We'll go Merciless. We'll Crush. We'll throw at her. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get rid of Malik or not. We'll Armor Shred him a few times. We'll swap this to Vader. And of course he is going to come back. Okay, so there he is. He's back. Force Crush. We'll swap this to Gideon. Armor Shred. Fracture. Push back his turn meter. Waiting for a Merciless, but I probably don't need it. I can probably just throw when I get a chance to throw. There we go. 36. We'll go Executor Mirror Match. Okay, people have been telling me I should do this, so this is what I'm going to do. I've done it both ways in the arena. I find that this is actually less reliable than the way I usually do it, but we'll see. It might work. Bring in the Ebon Hawk. Pump turn meter. Put the mark over there. Okay, we got out their Razor Crest. Put a mark on Boba Fett. Alright, well, I'm going to eat my words. This is working very well so far. I have done this in the arena and failed many, many times. Let's keep our chaff up. Doesn't matter where we put the breach, because we have Eternal Breach now. We'll blow up their Executor. And I'm just going to put it on auto. $71. Against Thrawn, we're going to take the Malevolence. Let's get buzz droids out there. Let's get more buzz droids. Let's bring in the spy. I was hoping that that would go on Vader. Let's get rid of the TIE fighter. We're going to go over here because there's foresight on Vader. Okay, goodbye. $68. And against the Radis, we take the Negotiator. Big hit on Anakin. We're going to focus down their Falcon, hopefully. There we go. We'll bring in Plo. And let's put the taunt on the Y-Wing. So much foresight. There's the bomber. Unending loyalty. Pump turn meter. Bring in Snips. Big hit. Goodbye, Poe. Focus down their bomber. And 73. All right, well, that's all I'm going to be able to do. All he has to do is take out one more of my squads, and he's got the victory. That Rey comp with Ben Solo and Yoda is really difficult to beat. The best squads to use against it are a mirror match or Lord Vader. I don't have those options. The next best is SLKR, and I needed him against Jabba. So I probably should have done Starkiller against Rey. That's the next most successful, but even that is only 70%, which is barely better than the Jedi Master Kenobi. So I'm frustrated at myself for messing up that Rey counter. I do think that would have worked if I had been a little bit more careful, maybe gotten just a little bit better luck. But the bottom line is, I tried something new and it didn't work. So I know for next time, probably don't even bother with that. It takes a very specific set of circumstances to get that to work, and I probably would have been better off just taking a tank in with me, either Mace or GK. Oh, he lost to CLS. Now he's going after Malgus. So unless by some miracle he can't take out one of these two squads, this is a loss. All right, well, remarkably, I got the victory. I'm not sure exactly how this happened. Patb got stymied in my front wall here. He took 3 battles against the Malgus squad. He got down both Darth Revan and Bastila Fallen, but wasn't able to take out Malgus, and that may be in part because of the Datacron, which gave Malgus the revive. So he may have been able to kill Malgus once, but was never able to kill Malgus twice. He also did 4 battles against CLS, and the CLS squad held up. Now, their Datacron just gave them some tenacity and health, but a lot of the squads that counter CLS rely on debuffing them. And so having that extra tenacity and having my characters modded for tenacity may have been the difference there. So in retrospect, I definitely could have done things differently and done things better and may have been able to clear. I have no doubt there's absolute garbage in the back on Pat's side. He played such a heavy front wall, both top and bottom, that if he put anything good in the back, he would have next to nothing left for offense other than his other Galactic Legends. And hey, maybe that's the problem. Maybe he put too much in the back and didn't save himself enough for offense. And that's why he got stuck on CLS and Malgus. Whatever the case may be, he did get stuck. I got stuck too, but a little bit less stuck than he did. So 1181 to 1150 was the final. I would like to thank Patb for the match. It was very challenging, and I am just happy to come away with the win. So thank you, Pat, for the match. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.